start with our first question.
Mm.
Morocco will be facing Tanzania
Mm.
in the second round, one of the strongest games of the second round. Morocco, of course, has been qualified as first of the group
Mm.
with the 7 points, a victory against Les Îles Comores, a tie against Mali, and a victory against Zambia.
Mm.
We, as Moroccan journalists and the fans, have not been satisfied during the two first games. Walid Regragui was highly criticized by the Moroccan journalists and the Moroccan fans. Your lecture for the first three games of the national Moroccan team.
Well, I've had the opportunity of seeing all the three games, and to be fair, there were many who were anticipating Morocco to play at a very high level compared to this. I feel like Coach Walid Regragui has been on this level of criticism as a result of his own success.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at his achievement with Wydad, when he won the CAF Champions League, that's when he got the job to manage the national team. And once he got the job to manage the national team, he takes them to the semi-final of the World Cup. Along the line, Morocco had to play the likes of Spain and Portugal. Now, when you get a result against these teams that had the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo and co, and you get to the semi-final of a World Cup, all of a sudden, standards and expectations rise, and people would want to see this team consistently perform. Now, when you get to that kind of point, you cannot then literally plummet. The fans want you to stay at a very high level. Now, this is the thing. Between 2022 and now, a lot has changed. A number of these Moroccan players still playing at a relatively high level, but it's one thing being motivated to play at a World Cup and get very far. It's another thing when you have to play in other competitions, if you ask me. So this is the thing. He takes a team to the semi-final of the World Cup, and every Moroccan fan is expecting that every time Morocco steps out onto the pitch, they perform to that level again. We saw what happened in La Côte d'Ivoire. The performance was not great. Morocco did not have a very good AFCON in 2024.
Elimination against South Africa.
That's right. In La Côte d'Ivoire.
And
it didn't
even,
work out.
sorry to interrupt you,
Yeah.
even the coach of South Africa criticized Walid Regragui.
Exactly.
A coach who plays with one technical formation is not a good coach.
Maybe. Well, that's his opinion.
Before the game. It was
Yes, before the game. Yes, that's
Yeah.
his opinion. I respect that.
Yeah.
But like I'm saying,
Yeah.
because of his achievements with the
Yeah.
national team,
Yeah.
expectations have gone on another level.
Yeah.
Every time Morocco steps out, the fans want to see a performance. So I recall watching the very first game in Rabat where, in the first half it was 0-0 and, the fans were getting agitated. You're playing against a team like Comoros with the greatest of respect to them. You're expecting Morocco to get a result because of the quality of materials available to them. Morocco finds a way in the second half to win by 2 goals. But against Mali, it was always going to be difficult, and this is why. Every time the Northern African teams play against teams from the southern part of the continent, physically, it becomes a challenge, physically. And that's what I've seen over the years. So it was always going to be a challenge against a very physically imposing side like Mali. So even though you score the very first goal, it was very difficult to pretty much stand the might of the Malians on a physical level. And once that result did not go well, I can understand that the journalists were not happy and all of that. But in the third game, I thought they responded, and they responded very strongly. That 3-0 result for me will do their confidence a world of good going into the game against Tanzania. Again, I've had the opportunity to see the Tanzanian matches. It's not very often that you qualify with only 2 points.
Yeah.
Tanzania only qualified with only 2 points, and they haven't won a game at the AFCON. They haven't won a game. They've drawn 2 and lost 1.
Yeah.
Now, when you have this kind of record going into a round of 16 against a host nation, I'm not too sure that the Tanzanians are going to be lucky again. I think that the quality the Moroccans possess, with the greatest of respect, compared to what the Tanzanians possess, is relatively big. I don't expect Morocco to struggle, but football is a very funny game. You just never know what could happen. But I am very confident that on the back of what I've seen of this Moroccan team and that of Tanzania, Morocco should be good enough to qualify.